And the sequence we have already discussed: stimulus, thalamus sends impulses, and third one is the simultaneous feelings, that is the cortex, and body changes is the sympathetic system. The perfect parallelism is here. In this model, the mind and the body are on two separate but parallel tracks. Mind and body are separate, but they are parallel tracks. Stimulus means you see the threatening object. Thalamic activation is here. Thalamus receives the sensory information, and simultaneous split means feeling and actions we receive. Feeling means you are consciously feeling afraid. That is a cortex in our brain. And action means your heart starts pounding. That is a body reaction. So when we see the difference between the James Lang theory and Cannon-Burt theory, we can identify these differences. In James Lang theory, body first. Okay.
Emotion is last.
Yeah.
But here, both body change and the emotion, it occurs at the same time.
Same time. Yes. So this theory suggests emotion experience as a result of your physiological reaction. You don't cry because you are sad. You feel sad because you notice you are crying. The logic is stimulus, physiological arousal, subjective feeling. If you see a snake, for example, if you see a snake, your heart starts pounding. Your brain senses the pounding heart and concludes, I must be afraid. In Cannon-Burt theory, simultaneously it will occur. Like it's often too slow and too similar across different emotions to be sole cause. They propose that the brain sends signal to the body and the mind at the same time. If you in this he has taken the same example, like if you see a snake, the thalamus in your brain sends signals simultaneously to your heart to race and to your conscious mind to feel fear. Neither causes the other, they happen in parallel. Okay, ma. Next we are moving to next theory.
Sketcher and Singer theory.
Sketcher and Singer theory it is also known as two-factor theory. This theory is also known as two-factor theory. Introduces a thinking step into the emotional process. It suggests that we don't just feel an emotion automatically. We use our logic to figure out why our body is reacting to in a certain way. We look to our environment to label our feelings. The concept is here, this is a cognitive theory. It says emotions are determined by physiological arousal plus the label we gave it based on our surroundings. The concept is here arousal and label, arousal plus label. This cognitive approach emphasizes that emotions are determined by jointly by two factors, that is physiological arousal and cognitive labeling. Physiological arousal means a relatively non-specific physical reactions like racing heart, and cognitive labeling is here looking at your environment and comparing ourselves with others to identify what we are experiencing. And the famous experiment we can do in this: participant injected with adrenaline felt happy if they were with a happy person, and angry if they were with a angry person. In 1962, they have conducted this experiment. Stanley, Steckner, and Cygnus tested this by injecting participant with amphetamine adrenaline, which causes physical arousal in increasing heart rate and reddening of the face. In setup, they have discussed like participants were placed in a room with an confederate, with an actor who behave either very happy or very anger. The result is here participants who don't know the injection caused their arousal caught the emotion of the actor. Those with the happy actor reported feeling happy, and those with the angry actor reported feeling angry. So we can conclude by this when the cause of our physical arousal is unclear, we look to our surroundings to determine what we are feeling. And the sequence is here: physiological arousal, observation of environment, and cognitive labeling or identification. In the sequence three steps process, according to this theory, the emotional experience follows this path: activation of general physiological arousal. Your body reacts physically, that is, heart pounds. Observation of environmental cause. You look around to see what is happening in the world around you. And the cognitive labeling is you put the two together to identify the emotional experience. For example, I'm shaking and there is a bear, so I must be afraid. So we can differentiate, like in James Lang theory, body first and mind next. And in Cannon-Bud theory, body and mind at once. And in Stachner-Signer theory, arousal plus brain label. These are the differences between these three theories. Okay. This is our last slide, related to the emotions. Factors influencing our perception. Factors influencing our perception. Why do we all react differently to the same situation? Why do we all react differently to the same situation? We should react the same, we should react same, no, but we are reacting differently at the same situation. Means perception is not purely objective recording of the world. It is a subjective process shaped by our internal states and external backgrounds. This explanation why different people can have vastly different emotional and mental reactions to exact same situation. Needs and motives. If you are hungry, you will notice food related stimulus much faster than others. Needs and motives, internal drives. Internal drives, needs and motives. If you are hungry, yeah, this
And
is our
culture, ma'am.
perceptual. Huh?
Culture, ma'am. The upbringing
Culture.
shapes. Yes.
Yeah.
So it also
Culture.
depends upon the upbringing and the culture from the family and the environment we come from.
Mm. Culture, environmental conditions, mood, and all those things will depend. Your current biological and psychological needs, like a filter for the information you receive. The priority filter. If you are experience a strong need, such as hunger, your brain will prioritize and notice food related stimulus on a menu or a street much faster than someone who is full. Survival instinct is motives like the need for safety can cause a person to perceive neutral environmental cues as potential threats when they are in the state of fear. And perceptual set, your expectations, mental predispositions prepare you to see one thing and not another. Perceptual set expectations. Perceptual set is nothing but the expectations. It is a mental predisposition or readiness to perceive one thing and not other based on what we expect to happen. Top down processing. Our brains use past experience to predict the present. If we expect a situation to be hostile, if you may interpret the neural facial expression as an angry one. Here, the labeling realities, as you see the Stajner signal theory, if we are physically aroused but don't know why, we use environmental cues and expectations to label our experiences. And you said culture also, no?
Yes.
Your upbringing shapes show your organize and interpret the world around you. And this include external background. Our upbringing and environmental provide the rules and lenses through which we organize the world. And environmental conditions, people raised in different environments such as dense forest versus open plains or urban cities learn to interpret depth and distance differently based on what they see every day. And social learning, while basic emotional expressions are universal, the way we taught to reach these emotions, whether we express them openly like an extrovert or conceal them like an introvert, this often shaped by our culture and social backgrounds. Next, we are moving to the summary, ma.
Okay, ma'am.
So we have explored how emotions are complex states involving the body, that is a physiological, the mind, that is a cognitive, and our actions, that is a behavioral. From the initial general excitement of an infant to the complex theories of emotions that explain how we label our feelings, perceptions remain a deeply personal and influenced processes. So by this, we have done the emotions for chapter. Shall we move to the motivation? Are you
Yes, ma'am.
interested?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
You want some break?
No, no, ma'am, it's okay. We can continue with motivation.
Just I'll take this unit 11 PPT. Just
Okay,
give
ma'am.
me some time. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sure.
So this is the, I think this is the last unit. Yeah, this is the last unit, no? So Narsimlu sir has one unit, it seems, right?
He has 2 units to complete now.
Narsimlu sir,
Yeah.
2 units. And
3 and 4.
3 and
3.
4. Yeah, tomorrow Narsimlu sir will take.
Okay, ma'am.
Then
28.
yeah,
27th is holiday.
holiday. Sri Ramanavami is their holiday.
Yes.
And 28th, Guravaya sir want to take, even he has some one unit, it seems, some of the topics
Yes, yes.
we didn't cover, he told today. So we'll discuss some of the motivational theories of motivation on 28th, along with Guravaya sir. We both will take on 28th.
Sure, ma'am. Like a combined class.
Combined means, yeah, first I'll take, then
Okay.
I'll give it
Sure,
to sir. Which are not completed, he'll complete it.
Sure, ma'am. Okay.
So this is a very important topic, motivation. So here definition, core definition is motivation is an internal condition that arouses, directs and sustains behavior towards a desired goal. This is a definition. Motivation is an internal condition that arouses, directs and sustains behavior towards a desired goal. So internal motivation is very important than external motivation, right?
Yes.
సో ఎన్ని అడ్డంకులు వచ్చినా కూడా మనము దాన్ని బేర్ చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉంటాం. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఇంటర్నల్ మోటివేషన్, ఇంటర్నల్లీ మోటివేటెడ్. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ మోటివేషన్ అంటే మనం అంత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపించం.
And
ఓకే,
it's very temporary also.
దే ఆర్ పుషింగ్ us.
Yes, it
So we
might
are
not
not,
be continuous. Only for some time they might
yeah,
motivate us. It has to be within us. So internal motivation is very important.
very. So motivation is defined as an internal condition or force acting within the individual that innates, directs, and sustains behavior towards a specific goal. It is a process by which activities are started and continued to ensure that physical or physiological needs or wants are met. Essentially, it is what moves a person to make the necessary actions to react to reach a desired outcome. So etymology is here. The term originates from the Latin word movere, meaning to move. To move is the motivation. It is derived from the Latin word. The term motivation is derived from the Latin word movere, which literally means to move. In a psychological context, motivation is the engine that provides the movement necessary for human behavior. And the key indications here are the 4 indications of motivation, that are direction, latency, and intensity. To understand how motivation functions in the classroom or organizational setting, we look at 4 primary components or indicators. First is the direction. We'll go with the first direction, choosing between alternatives. Direction is nothing but choosing between alternatives. So many ways are there. Which way you are choosing? That is a direction. Direction definition means here, this refers to an individual choice when faced with multiple options or alternatives. Teaching application is here. If a student is presented with a choice of to study for an exam or go to a movie, their motivation directs them towards the option they value most. నువ్వు చదువుకుంటావా లేకపోతే మూవీకి వెళ్తావా అని అన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏది చూస్ చేసుకుంటారు అనేది వాళ్ళ మోటివేషన్ ని బట్టి వాళ్ళు చూస్ చేసుకుంటారు. Next point is the latency, the time taken to initiate an action. Latency is the time taken to initiate an action. the length of time a person takes to initiate an action after being presented with a task. And here a teaching application is a highly motivated student will typically have lower latency, meaning they start their assignment immediately rather than procrastinating. Okay. And intensity is the level of effort exerted towards a goal. How much effort they are putting to reach the goal. That is the intensity.
Okay.
This describes how hard an individual work to achieve the desired goal. Intensity varies from person to person. For example, while all students may be studying for the same exam, the amount of mental energy and the hard work each student exerts will differ.
It's
And the next one is the persistence. How long effort is maintained despite obstacles. Persistence means the continued effort toward a goal despite facing obstacles or difficulties, and the total duration of a person remains committed to that goal. And
ma'am,
teaching application.
sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a doubt. Ma'am, are these key indicators there in the book, or should I take a screenshot of this page?
Yeah, you can take. It's there in the book also. You can take if you want.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Persistent is what keeps a student working on different difficult math problem, even when it comes frustrating rather than giving up. Persistence means continuously doing without giving up. That is a persistence. It will take longer effort. తొందరగా అచీవ్ చేయడానికి ఉండదు అందులో చాలా ఓపికని
Yes.
పరీక్షిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ అ పర్సిస్టెన్స్. Then the next point, the subheading is motivational process. So motivational process, motivation functions as a continuous cycle aimed at restoring internal balance. So to understand motivation, we must view it as a dynamic, continuous cycle designed to maintain or restore homeostasis. That is the body balance. We have discussed it already in the emotion chapter. The body natural state of internal balance. When this balance is disrupted, the motivational process begins. Motivation function as a continuous cycle aimed at restoring internal balance. So here first is a need. Need, drive, goal directed behavior and goal achievement, and drive reduction. These are the 5 points we have to discuss in this motivational process. So first, need is a physiological or psychological deficiency or imbalance. So need is a starting point. Need is a physiological or psychological deficiency or lack of something essential. Imbalance means here it represents a state where a requirement is unset, creating an internal imbalance. For example, the biological need might be lack of water, that is dehydration, while a psychological need might be a lack of social contact, loneliness. And the drive, then the next point is the drive, a state of tension or arousal produced by the need. That is a drive. Drive is nothing but the energizer. Okay? A drive is an aroused state of tension produced by the underlying need. It acts as a motor that energizes the individual to take action. This is a function of the drive. And the psychological consequences will come like, while a need is a physical state of deprivation, the drive is a psychological consequences that makes you feel restless or tense. Okay.
Okay.
Then we are moving to goal directed behavior. Goal directed behavior is nothing but action taken to fulfill the need. That is an action. We can say that is an action. Goal directed behavior is the action of the
Option.
individual. These are the specific actions or series of activities an individual perform to satisfy the drive. And the drive provides the energy, and the behavior is the means to reach an end. If you take an example, like if a driver is hungry, the goal directed behavior might involve searching for a restaurant or cooking a meal. Goal achievement. Fourth one is the goal achievement, reaching the desired end. The result, we can say it is a result of the motivation. This is a stage where the individual reaches the desired one or attains the object that satisfies the initial need. And the function is here, attaining the goal is necessary to correct the state of imbalance that starts the cycle. And the drive reduction. అప్పుడు ఉన్నంత ఓపిక తర్వాత ఉండదు ఒకసారి when we achieve our goal. It reduces. The drive will reduces.
Reduce.
The intention decreases, and the organism returns to the balanced state. Drive reduction. Return to balance. Once a goal is achieved, the drive tension decreases. Homeostasis. The organism stops being active in that specific pursuits and return to a balanced optimal stage. Then next we are moving to classification of motives. Classification of motives. Psychologists generally categorize motives into two primary groups, that is physiological. First we'll go with physiological.
Okay.
In psychology, motives are generally categorized into two primary groups based on whether they are biological requirements or learned social needs. Psychologists generally categorize motives into two primary groups, that is physiological, that is primary motives. These are innate, unlearned, and essential for survival. Homeostasis, the body tendency to maintain a stable internal environment, for example, temperature, blood sugar levels. For example, hunger, thirst, and sleep also we can take. And these motives are also known as primary motives because they are essential for the survival of human beings. And the innate nature, these motives stem from the body and are unlearned. Their purpose is to keep the organism alive. The role of homeostasis, this is a tendency of the body to maintain a balance among internal physiological conditions. The body uses regulatory behavior to restore equilibrium when an imbalance occurs, such as maintaining constant body temperature or blood sugar levels. Already we have taken one example like hunger, thirst, and sleep. Hunger means here a regulatory behavior controlled by the hypothalamus to maintain energy levels. Thirst, triggered by sensitive to chemical concentration, while volumetric receptors sensitive to fluid volume. And sleep, a necessary physiological state to restore the body. We need the sleep.
Yes.
Then the next point is the psychosocial secondary motive. This one, psychosocial motives. Unlike biological needs, psychosocial motives are not innate. They are learned or acquired through experience and social interactions. These are learned or acquired through social interactions, that is, achievement, affiliation, and power. These are the points we have to remember. Achievement means here the desire to meet standards of excellence. Acquired needs means these are unique to individuals, and while their non-fulfillment does not lead to the death, it can lead to the maladjustment or psychological distress. And the one example we can take, like achievement, the desire to meet standards of excellence and obtain satisfaction by striving for a level of excellence. And affiliation means here the interest in establishing and maintaining relationships. This is very, very important, maintaining relationships, because we are social animals
Yes.
to live in the society. An interest in establishing and maintaining relationships with others, especially when feeling threatened or helpless. Okay.
Okay.
And next point is the power, the desire to be in charge, have status, and influence others. Everybody may not become a leader,
Yes.
but some of them are innate leaders. They're born leaders. We can say. Power means here the desire to be in charge, have status, and influence or control the activities of others. Okay. Now we are moving to the theories of motivation, part 1. Just we will finish it of this one. And part 2, theories of motivation, we can discuss on 28th of this month. Okay.
Okay.
Just
Theories
for
of human motivation. Okay.
theories of motivation, part 2, we can discuss on 28th. Okay. So only, yeah, up to 10 minutes we can discuss. Is it okay for you?
Yes, yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I have another doubt. At the end of all the chapters, there is something called further readings.
Hmm.
So, how important is it, ma'am? Like, should I refer to these books too?
If you want to read some more, you can refer. Otherwise, it is okay. For your examination point of view, what is there in this book, if you're perfect in this, then you will get 80%. No issues.
Okay, but just in case if we want to be more clear about the topic, then we can go through these. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even library is there in Dr. Brau.
Okay.
You can show your ID card. They will allow you. So many books are there. N number of books are there. You
Ma'am, in
can
the Jubilee Hills branch or
yeah.
this way? Okay. Okay.
Library is there. Big library is there.
Okay, ma'am. So, how long does it take to get an ID card, ma'am? I would like to apply for an ID card.
No,
So,
it's to come and apply in the student service branch.
okay.
Then they will give. Then you can go to the library also. They will issue the books, or you can read then and there also.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. And ma'am, from the exam point of view, it is not much important, ma'am.
What?
These
Which one?
further readings given.
Further readings. Yeah. If you are thorough with this book, it's okay.
Okay.
80% you can achieve.
Okay.
Because we are spending so much of amount. Different writers and editors are also are there. So the material is very good.
Okay.
You can read, and even if you want to So search for the other books means you can come and join in the library.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
So here, theories of motivation. McDougall's instinct theory. Here the concept is motivation is driven by the biological or genetic programming. The concept is here motivation is driven by biological or genetic programming. The definition is instinct is an inborn capacity for purposeful behavior. And the elements are instincts involve perception, attention to stimuli, behavior, that is goal action, and emotion. McDougall's instinct theory was one of the earliest psychologists to argue that all human behavior can be explained through instincts. That is a biological basis. Biological basis. Biological basis means motivation is viewed as a result of the biological or genetic programming. And the instinct means here he defined instinct as an inborn capacity for purposeful behavior. And instinct versus reflect. While reflex are simple and unchanging, like blinking, instinctive behavior is complex and adaptable to changing circumstances. The three key elements here are every instinct involves the three-part process, that is a perception, behavior, and emotion. So perception, paying attention to stimuli relevant to the instinct, and behavior is taking actions that satisfy the instinctual purpose, and emotion is a feeling, positive or negative, associated with the instinct. For example, a mother providing comfort to a crying baby is seen as a psychological program, maternal instinct, rather than learned behavior. Next, we have Freud's psychoanalytic theory.
Motivation.
Maslow hierarchy of needs, part 2. That's all. So these two theories we can discuss on 28.
Okay.
You are going to write your exams, theory exams now? Like in April, May to June exams will be there, no?
May to June for
Theory exam.
psychology, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, when will we have our practicals?
After theory exams.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, I will write the exams, of course. So around May they will conduct the exams, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
May or June it will be there.
Okay. And ma'am, I have a small doubt.
Hmm.
Since this will be the first semester, this will be my first semester. So what about the other subjects, ma'am, like the English and sociology which I have taken? So should I write those exams in May too? Because it will be a confusion. Because those exams are, they have already conducted the exams. I did not write those exams because I was waiting for psychology.
Mhm.
So what do I do, ma'am? So
Yeah,
in May
together you can write.
together. Okay. So that will be my first semester of
Hmm.
English and sociology.
Hmm. Have they conducted the classes?
They have conducted the classes, but the exams are already over, ma'am. The problem is I was waiting for psychology.
Psychology.
So if this will be my first semester, then I will write all the subjects in June or May, whenever they conduct the exam.
Okay. Sociology and English,
English.
there are no practicals for those subjects. Only for psychology you
Yes.
can
Okay.
only for 4 days.
Okay, ma'am.
4 days. 4 days throughout the day, like 10:30 to 5 o'clock.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. How is your preparation going on for English and sociology?
I did not even go through the English portion, ma'am, but sociology I did because I've gone to the classes. English I did not. I don't think it should be a problem. I just go through the books once and also talk to the lecturers if possible, because I'm coming to the college on Saturday to take the ID card, ma'am, to issue the ID
This
card. So
Saturday you are going to come?
yes, ma'am, this Saturday.
Okay.
So will you be there so that I can just talk to you? If I have any doubts, I can
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah.
So
I'll be there.
when do I come, ma'am? Till what time will you be available?
Yeah, 4:30. 4:30 to even 5 also will be there.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
11 to 4:30 you can come in between.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. And ma'am, the paper it is an 80 marks paper, no, ma'am? They've written at the end. So what about the remaining 20 marks? Are those for the practicals or
Yeah, for psychology, 20 marks will be for the practicals.
okay?
Practicals that you have to write the record, and as well attendance is mandatory, and you have to conduct one experiment on the other person. You have to interpret, you have to write the results, discussion and conclusion. Then the viva also will be there for 20 marks. All these things you are supposed to do. Okay, shall we leave?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank,
Bye. All the best.
thank you, ma'am.